planet Earth, that beautiful blue planet. The only home we're going to ever know, the only home I'm going to ever know, Mother Earth.
We should all have a way, or should have some responsibility addressing climate change.
The challenge we have is that so many people live in ways that are disconnected
We are fighting back.
from the world that surrounds them.
Interrelated universe.
Old Indians, years ago, I hear them talk about what white man gonna do. They said they will make this earth, this Mother Earth, gonna burn up, gonna run out of all kinds of food and fuel. Right now, they're burning the mother's blood. They're draining it out and burning it.
We need to listen very carefully to what Native people who are deeply connected to the land can tell us about what we are experiencing.
Just Cheyenne. Mm-hmm. Stories are exceptionally important and critical to us as Native people, as Indigenous people. As our stories embody all of our elements of culture, they explain our relationship to the environment, and creation accounts certainly provide that cultural foundation that shows us or tells us how we are to function in relation to our environment, that we are but a part of a greater whole, and that we have responsibilities to creation, and that we live in a mutually interdependent world. I think sometimes we forget that we have these connections to one another and to everything in this environment. And so stories, particularly creation stories, certainly have and contain and the spirit of the people, and even more their behavior. There are other kinds of stories, trickster stories, that are teaching stories that tell by example how we are not to be.
My name is Albert Whitehat Sr., and I'm from Rosewood Sioux Reservation, department chair here at Lakota Studies Department here at Sinteglishka University. In our world, as Lakota people, there are certain things that we must do annually to address that. And we do this by season. Every season is called Wichoichage. Wichoichage is birth, new birth, a new beginning. Wichoichage Lechala. It's a new beginning or new birth. And that refers to new seasons, beginning of a new season. In that season, there are certain things must be done.
Well, when I was a young man, this river, Walker River, which is dry now, it was full all the time, summer and winter. There was a lot of water coming down through there. Now there's nothing. See, the water all comes from the mountains, the snow up in the mountains. When it melts, it comes down to Walker River and down into Walker Lake. But the environment would take care of that now because there's no water. Everything's drying up. And another thing that I noticed, there was a lot of frogs when I was a little boy, great big frogs. They live up by the reservoir up there.
The story is there's a horn-toad rock that is situated up on one of these cliffs. And the story about it is the Walker River Paiutes, they used the horny toad as a medicine, and they still use it today as a medicine to help the people. And they say when you go into the lake, you're going to feel better, you're going to help heal. And this has to do with a horny toad that used to live in the lake, and this is where he left his medicine, so it's to help the Indian people with their health.
But that's the kind of power that our people had to be able to talk to these animals, where they got insight to different things. A lot of the Native people, they really knew the animals really well. And so it was them that also gave them those things of how weather was going to come, what was going to change. You know, when we look today, even scientists today look at the very animals to see what's changing there, to know what's going to change for us. That was something our people knew thousands of years ago. But the minute you get rid of them, the minute you're going to take a lot away from us. And that's what's happening.
Gonzalez. I'm from the Summit Lake Paiute tribe.
Ni Priscilla Carrera Nana. Yeshinu Dene Numanu. Yeshu Gaidaka Numanu. Yeshinu Kima Agaida Country Depot Yeshinu Kima. Yeshi also Hamagasi Yeshi Nu Yaroaka. Maotu Numu. My name is Priscilla Carrera, and I'm half Paiute and half Navajo, and I'm from the Waka River Indian Reservation. The lake here and about how it is so precious to us here in our Paiute Indian country, and it's really some precious gem that we have here that we're going to lose.
In the center of the Black Hills, there's a clearing, a real circle from above, and they call that the Baldy spot. And every spring, month after welcoming the thunder, people will gather there by delegation. Will gather there and do a wiping of a tear ceremony. People who lost loved ones during the year, those who could would come, and they'll go to that spot and they'll wipe their tears. And then they pray for all the people who mourn around the world, who are in grief. They wipe the tears of all creation, not just people, but all other living beings. And the reason we do that is you need to be in a positive frame of mind, good feelings, when the spring growth comes. So you'll be in a good way with the new growth in that spring. So this was our second year. This year was our second year. Last year when we went there were, again, there was about 8 or 9 of us. This year when we went up there were 50 of us, and one whole family came. So these are ceremonies that are coming back. And I think it's just a way of addressing creation. And if we do this, things that we're supposed to, I think it will help us with the global warming. It will address that. If we all go back to that, what is our responsibility in working with creation.
And then finally, Sweet Medicine said, and the earth will burn. I don't think that he could have been any clearer in terms of where we are in terms of today in contemporary America. Maybe we don't see the earth burning as such, but there is that whole aspect of global warming. We know that times are changing. We know that that the glaciers are melting. We know that that's resulting in a rise in sea level. We know that there have been certain kinds of natural phenomena that have created many changes in the weather.
This native perspective leads you to a different kind of position, and that is, okay, we may not be able, it would probably be arrogant to think that we can, as humans, solve this problem. But this we can do. We can act as responsible relatives to this life around us. And by making changes, we may be able to make the situation less deadly than it looks like it will be if we choose to do nothing and to not pay attention.
So who are those Xialpos? Xialpos have no spirit, that's what that means. Because they have no spirit, they have no understanding of Huatespica, our Mother Earth. The Creator blessed us with so many things.
Environmental consciousness begins within, and it can spread outward, but it begins with one person, and then that replicates itself. So I believe that that's what the prophecy of sweet medicine told us as Cheyenne people, and it is very important that we live as good relatives, not just one to another, but as good relatives to the birds that fly, to these trees that are rooted in the earth, to caring for the air around us, and most importantly, this earth upon whom we live and walk, our spiritual mother, our first mother.